Welcome to Unfiltered Discussions. You got Ash in the building.
Got Ash in the building.
And today, let's see, I guess we can speak on what is it that you need in a friendship?
Oh, what I need in a friendship? It's a list of things that I need in a friendship.
I'm listening there.
Okay, for one, I like communication in a friendship because a lot of the times you have friends that are not, they don't communicate effectively. You know, it be certain things that's simple and communication is key, and that's where a lot of misunderstandings happen in friendships when you don't have that communication piece. You know, like even down to people that's falling out. You know, and it'd be something so small, whereas though a simple conversation could have clarified everything. Also, I need loyalty in a friendship because loyalty lets me know that you're there for me no matter what. Also, I would say support, and that's an important piece for me as well because without, how can you be my friend and you're not supportive of me? You know, and it's levels to support. You know, because if I'm doing something or I'm launching something, you know, let's talk about the podcast for instance. You have a lot of people that'll act like they're supporting you, especially some of your friends, and you would expect for them to support you, and some of your friends haven't even watched even not even one episode. You know, and that's an issue. You know, I'm not saying watch every single thing, but at least support me, show up for me, be there for me. You know, it's just little things that to me that count when it comes to a friendship. You know, also having my back, like really having my back and having, you know, have my best interests at heart. Like, you know, not be genuine. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody that's genuine. You know, somebody who's going to do something for me without me even expecting something from you. Just the kindness and how you present. You know, someone that's positive as far as you know, the mindset. Somebody on the same page as me. You know, things of that nature.
Yeah, that's a lot. Check.
I got more.
You know, for me, transparency, right? Because for me, if I'm, you know, close to you, I'm an open book, right? I don't leave much room for guessing because I feel like if we're in a space that we're friends or whatever, I'm gonna lay it out there, right? Because I just feel like it's a safe space. I have to have a safe space in my friendships. Another thing for me is honesty, right? You gotta be straightforward. We gotta be honest. Like if you got an issue, just bring it to me. Because if I have an issue, I can't even hide it. I can't hide it. You're gonna know about it, and I'm gonna address it anyway. But then, and that's the importance of not letting friendships get tainted because then it's no longer bringing it to you. Now it's just like where the scissors at, cut you off because it, you know, constantly, especially you gotta constantly like revisit certain things in friendships because I feel like friendships are supposed to, yes, you might have your ups and downs, but that stuff has levels to it. It shouldn't be like an intimate relationship where like we're fighting to get in this. No, that should be like an easy flowy thing. That shouldn't be complicated whatsoever.
No.
We're not intimate together. Like, yeah, we might say I love you, you know, wish each other good luck, you know, things like that, as you should. But as far as it being complicated, why is it complicated? Friendships doesn't belong being complicated because something's being crossed, somebody's not being honest about something, and you're not being, somebody is not genuine. It's not, whatever's going on is not reciprocated.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's where a lot of stuff go wrong in friendships as well. For me, yeah, you gotta show up for me because I'm gonna show up for you all day long. You don't have to ask me anything. You got something going on, I'm supporting it. I'm gonna repost it. You don't have to ask. That's nothing you would ever have to ask me to do, like ever, ever. And then that goes down to, like you said, that mindset. Yes, it's going to be like if we're not. Yes, sometimes, you know, it's so funny in life, you know, you have times in a friendship where one is like really soaring and one is really like stagnant. Okay, we all got our moments, but you have to be selfless in those moments, because it's not about you. This is my time to win, or this is your time to win, and I'm going to still be happy as if it's my time as well, because I'm going to support you. I'm going to show up for you. I'm going to be happy for you, just because it's not my winning season. A lot of people don't know how to let people win, because then it breeds jealousy. It breeds that why her and not me mentality. And a person like me, I don't understand that. I would never be able to identify with anything remotely close to that, because when you come from places where you had to sacrifice and do things that some people would have folded on, you know what I mean? Like, you can't understand not being happy for somebody, because even if it was something that just was given to them, damn, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like, even if I'm still over here stuck in the same situation I'm in, and I guess somebody say a bigger picture, but stuff ain't pop off yet. You know what I mean? I cannot not be happy for you.
Absolutely. And I have to be really honest and transparent, because I knew exactly what I wanted from a friendship at the age of 16 years old, when I was in hair school, and I asked the friends to support me in being my model for my so I can get my license, so I can get my hair license. And I thought this person was was my homie, all this different stuff. But again, me being who I am, and I know how I am as a friend, I didn't understand that. So that particular day, the person was like, "Oh, I'm going out with my friends or whatever." I said, "Don't forget, the morning we gotta go to the hair thing or whatever." So that morning, I'm calling, no answer, no nothing. The person stood me up, and it was like, what was that? What was that?
Life behind that.
Yeah, you cut. So I had to listen. It wasn't stopping me, and it's just how I am. I had gathered my stuff up. I'm walking. Shout out to Miss Brenda. Yeah, I see her standing on the corner, waiting for her grandson to get on the bus. And I said, "Oh my God!" I looked at her nails. I'm like, "Dang, Miss Brenda, could you please go with me to my hair thing, because this is my license thing. Like, this person stood me up." She was like, "All right, I got you." Last minute, got herself together and went. Like, and I still thank her to this day for that. Absolutely. Because wasn't nobody stopping me, and I felt like that was kind of like an envious, jealous type thing. Like, why would you do that to somebody? Or you could have even said, "Listen, I can't do that. Could you find somebody?" I would have respected that. When somebody's up front, I could respect that. Like, okay, this person had enough, decency to say, "Listen, I can't do that. I can't, make it." And that's important to the communication piece. And here it is, I'm falling out with somebody on account of their actions, but they moving and operating as if I owe them an apology or something, or as if I done something wrong to them, and that I can't identify with. So at 16, I knew like what I'm looking for in a friendship, and that wasn't that. To this day, I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like, no, it's not cool.
Yeah. Certain situations leave a stain on you.
Yes.
Like, just because it's like, dang, how could you, do me like that? But it's also a moment to teach.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and to know what I'm willing to accept, and what I know that I knew I would never do to nobody else. But now that's like set in stone. Like, I would never do that to nobody else. Like stuff like that to me is just, it blows your mind out. It does. But it also opens your eyes up to let you know exactly who's for you and who's not for you. And that's cool too, because I'd rather know early on than find out later. When I'm already invested, where I'm already like going around waving flags in the air, that's my dog right there. Like, okay, that's my roadie. Like, if it all goes down, that's what it is. I don't want to go around town chanting this and all of that, and on some real stuff. Unbeknownst to me, it ain't even mutual.
No,
it's not even mutual. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy because it, is extremely important also in a friendship is to have people deal with you how they deal with you in front of you when you're not present.
Absolutely.
Because I ran into a lot of situations like that, and and you gotta say friendships, because if they was really what they were supposed to be, then they would still be what they were, right? Or what I thought that they were. and then you know find out like certain things have been said, certain things have been done. You're like, damn, like okay, and you don't even because it's not worth addressing it at this stage in my life, right? But you just keep that in the tucky and you just take it as a lesson and a blessing, because it's both. It's really both. I'll be quite honest with you, and it's not to, and it's so crazy because I'm a realist. Like I'm not going to take away the good times. I'm not going to take the times when it was facts that a person may have had my back and things like that. You know, because that stands to be true. You can't take away a fact. A fact is a fact, right? But when you in friendships, you know, other areas outweigh other things, right? You can't always wait on one thing. You can always say, but this, right? So you know, you really gotta be mindful in your friendships. You gotta understand that people are their own individuals. Some people are going to pass you, and that's okay. If you looking at that as damn, let me get on my shit. Like, damn, like how you pull that one off? Like, damn, I was thinking about something, not to that level, but I was definitely thinking about something. What's the twos? If I'm your friend, I'm giving it to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Here you go. And one thing that I know in my past friendships is crazy because if I see potential in you, I'm a press the gas on you. I'm gonna press the gas, and then it was coming up, and people was saying, "Oh, I'm pressuring you, I'm pressuring them," you know what I mean? Or I think I'm better than people, and it's like, damn, from trying to inspire you, for wanting you to want more out of life, like I want you to want something.
And that goes back down to communication, because that person that you were pouring into didn't have enough, you know, courage to say, listen, that's not me, that's not what I'm looking for. So they acted out in other ways, you know what I'm saying? And it showed, you know, and it was like, dag, like, oh, if you're not ready for that, okay, cool, I can respect that. But for you to act out in the ways that you're acting out is like, be transparent and be open about what you're ready for. Some people are comfortable in the state that they are, you know, and it's coming without judgment. But how would I have known that you weren't ready for something if you didn't speak on it? And that's how the reality of certain things is, and a lot of people are not saying that in friendships. Like, dang, I see what you're doing, but I don't feel like I could do what you could do. You know, just be open and honest about how you feeling and how you moving, because a lot of the times, yes, you're inspired by your friends. Like, damn, I like what you're doing. Like, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna copy that. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna do it. You know, and it's a judgment-free zone when it comes to friendships. Yes, if it's something that I see that I don't think is a good idea, or I think that, like, dang, like, you sure, like, you think you moving or operating on the levels that you should be, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're doing something that might potentially sabotage you in the long run, or might not be something that is, or even if you're wrong about something, I want to say, dang, I don't even think that was cool. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you in a second, you've been a bitch.
And I'm like, yeah, and I don't get that.
You know, and that's that, you know, letting people know you're wrong. You know,
we'll laugh about it, but like, you know what, I thought about
it.
You're right.
Cool. Why would you say or do that? And that's needed, because I don't like yes people.
Absolutely.
I don't like that around me, because I know I'm so headstrong that it's ridiculous. Like, real talk, like. And that's just me overall. No matter the nature of the relationship, I'm just that type of individual. So the fact that I feel like somebody is telling me, so it's not what you say to me, it's how you say it to me. And that's major for me. I'm not even going to lie, because I'm not going to accept it. And I might blow up a little bit, right, in the beginning, but then I say, because I'm logical, right? I'm a reactor, but then I get logic and
get it together.
And then I be like, you know what, damn, I thought about that. You know, I could have really handled that differently, right? But you know, that comes with experience. That comes with knowing self. You know, even down to like when I was speaking about pouring life into situations that if I see potential in a friend, that took me a valuable lesson. It really did, to allow people to, you know, go at their own pace and do what they do. But if I just feel like, you know, life is precious. Time you can't get that back. And I just feel like if, yes, because I stress this all the time to everybody. That's always been book smart and stuff. So it's nothing for me to get degrees, right? That's why I have obtained them. So, but I know it's not for everybody.
Therefore,
right? I know for a fact what kind of mindset I have. Yes, I always wanted more than the average thing that they always told us we're supposed to have. Like, oh, you're supposed to work a job. Oh, you're supposed to do this. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, I'm a damn rebel at work. Like, I ain't doing all of that. I don't like to be micromanaged. I don't like to be told to do so. I was well aware of that as well. So, I know everybody is different, and I just feel like in friendships, play shit. Because for me, I'm gonna act as if I'm you. Like, if in a situation, like I'm gonna show up like I'm showing up as yourself, like for you. But most people don't do that.
No.
Most people will make you believe one thing and then it's the total opposite. And it's like, man, keep that shit all the way 1,000 with me. First of all, I feel energy anyway.
Oh.
I know when a person really do with me and when they don't. And I don't use friendship loosely at all. Like, if anybody that know me and anybody that's watching this know for a fact, like, I've been dealing with the same people for years, okay? On a friendship level. Same people. Now, will it be people I may hang out with? On some cool stuff, cool. Like, cause I'm social, whatever. And that's to a minimum. Like, and that's rarely, like, that's not even, like, rarely ever happening. And that's just real talk. But it's people that I really like. I deals with on a real, like, real personal, that I will move out for a level, and that's just what it is. Because in friendships, you got to be able to see when somebody is having a hard time. Show up for that person. They shouldn't have to ask you to show up. Just show up for them. And I always stress the selfless thing, because it's not always about you. And it's never, and a lot of times we take stuff personal that's not really personal, right? Especially when somebody starts doing something a little bit different than what you used to them doing. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, now it's like, oh, she thinks she better, or she doing something different, or what's up with her? Like, is it an issue with us? Stop looking further into what it really is. Sometimes things are just what they are. And that's the thing, and that's why I always tell my friends, you got a front row seat in my life. You don't have to speculate. This right here, to be facts, because I've told you. You ain't got to go looking around for certain stuff. I said it myself.
I told you what it was already.
I said it. I ain't BSing you around. I said it already. This is what it is. You know what I mean? And that's just that. So people have to be really mindful. I don't like people. I feel like as grown-ups, people really just, oh, that's my friend. Dude, that's not your friend.
Relax.
Yeah, like,
you don't know her.
Like,
you don't know him.
What are their intentions? You gotta know somebody's intentions.
That part.
And once you know the intentions, then you gotta move accordingly.
Yeah.
And that's just facts about it all.
That's just the whole thing in a nutshell, for real, because I like for people to be upfront with me. I don't want no surprises. And that's another thing that I tell people all the time, especially my friendships. Like, listen, I don't want you having a secret issue with me, right? And I don't know about it. Everybody know you got an issue, but me. Yeah, that's my problem. I just don't move and operate like that. And I know that from experience. Like, how am I the last person to know you got an issue? Now I'm pissed off. I don't even care what the issue is now, because it loses value. It doesn't even hold any weight anymore, because I don't even want to hear, let alone deal with you on the levels that I thought you dealt with me on now, because you're holding things from me that I didn't even know was a problem. And you look around and there be something, and people be having issues or be mad about stuff that they, in friendship, that they have no business being mad about. And I laugh every time, because it's just, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get to this hospital. I gotta get to this hospital. I gotta get up here. I gotta go get a gift. I don't even know, that's just how I'm geared. And that's just how I move. And then if I see something in, I'm like, no, you gonna pile them classes on there, girl. That's what you gonna do. Get that done. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no. Like, yeah, you got to.
That's facts, because at the end of the day, when it came down to going back to school, I ran into some like financial issues or whatever. But then I looked over at you and I said, no, you gotta go to college. Like, ain't no, this ain't it. Especially then, I had Janai, you didn't have kids yet. So I was like, no, go ahead, go to school. Like, get that damn job, get you a career. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, why not? Like, if I know that somebody could be good at something, why not push the gas on you? you know, and it's important because if some people would see something they may think that you'll be good at, and they won't even say like, like bring it to the, speak it into the atmosphere. Like they don't in the universe. They don't do that for people.
People see the potential and hold
if they're
it.
not included in it, and it's like
you don't have to be included.
It's not about you. Like
it's about
certain things that you would do that that's I'll tell you in a minute, girl. I ain't doing that. That's
but it's weird that you said that because when I went, I'm like, all right, I went. I'm like, what am I going for? I don't even know. But it was so weird to fall into a behavioral health field and have my first behavioral health class. And I'm like, this is what I'm doing. I love it. Mm-hmm. And that's just where it was. I didn't see me going to get a bachelor's degree. I just was like, all right, I'm in school. Mm-hmm. But then somebody else was like, look, here go a program right here. I'm like, can I do that? You know what? All right, I'm going to try it out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's just how it be.
Absolutely.
And another thing in friendships, you have to know how to be humble. And that's the problem with people. They don't know how to be humble. It's certain things like humble and being able to speak life into somebody is and not being judgmental is separate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, a lot of people misconstrue like somebody having accomplishments with being boisterous and being loud and being
braggadocious.
Yeah, and all that. No, these are my accomplishments, and this is what I accomplished. It's not like I'm saying, oh, you ain't got nothing going on. No, that would be braggadocious. That would be judgmental. That would be wrong and criticizing others because they're not on the levels that you're on. That people get it misconstrued. That's not that. This is my experience. These are your experiences.
And I'm not dimming my light for nobody.
No.
I did this.
Yeah.
And I don't even, nobody got to run around town and say, look at me. This is.
No.
Let me put up a board. This is everything I've done right here. But if it need to be, don't get it twisted. I can and I will. But who got to do that? You know what I mean? Like, but people that don't have nothing going on, they take it personal.
They do.
It's not personal. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I've shown love for people that I consider my friends that they was associates, but I just showed up because again, I always place myself in somebody else's shoes. Like, dang, what would I want somebody to do for me? You know what I mean? Because that to me is extremely important, and it's whether it was death of a loved one, whether it was just me seeing you maybe having a hard time. It really don't matter what the cause is. If I can be of assistance, I would do so. No, those are things you should never have to ask for. And some people are like, oh, a closed mouth don't get fed. That's not the kind of mouth that needs to open to be fed. You see what it needs. If the need is there, fulfill it. Fulfill it. That's it. I don't grasp that whole thing. I guess. Now, if you're in a room, that closed mouth don't get fed is when you're in a room of possibilities. It's two separate different things, and a lot of people have them all misconstrued. It's two separate things. But honestly, all in all, and this is for anybody that's watching, you really, really got to know who you're around. You really got to know what their intentions are for you. You got to really know that your feelings are valid. The same way you make your man or your woman accountable for how they make you feel, the same applies in a friendship. Because if people will handle you any kind of way, do any kind of thing to you, and expect you to accept their bullshit, and that's who's doing that? Nobody's doing that. You know what I mean? Especially when you hold yourself of a certain value, when you know what kind of individual you are. So yeah, and like I said, I had plenty of situations in life where it's like, damn, ouch, that sting, but it's all good as well, right? It's like you get over it eventually, like everything, that too shall pass. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And yeah, some things you would never be able to wrap your mind around because you wouldn't do that to a person, so you don't understand that kind of behavior. But it says more about them than it ever would say about you. So don't even, yes, it's personal because it's happening or it happened to you, but it's more so the person that's inflicting it than it is the person that's receiving it. At the end of the day, and however you receive it and however you react to it is your God-given goddamn right, because when they put it out there, they ain't give a damn how you was going to feel about it. So make sure when you choosing friends to stop using that word loosely. We damn near 40 years old. We're not in elementary school and shit. I didn't even do that in high school. So yeah, be mindful and don't get it misconstrued. In friendship, you gotta know. Yes, you got some friends that you talk to every day. You got some friends that you don't talk to every day. You got some friends that y'all can link up like you'll never miss a day, and that's cool too. Just because somebody might not be on your line, did you check and see if they was good? They might be going through something. Stop making everything about you. Everything's not about you. And and that's just what it is for me. Cause this is Nash signing off.
It's signing off.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.